Good morning, everyone. My name is Anchal Khare. I'm having the more than 15-year experience in the multiple domains at the software. It includes domain-wise telecom, manufacturing, logistic education domain, as well as I worked in many profile I worked as a software developer, as a tester, as a QA engineer, as a release. Also, I worked with uh, business analyst, pre-sales, and from last 10 years, I'm working as a in the project management domain. And so, I would like to share few important concepts of Agile, and I believe it will really helpful for each professional who is in the IT industry. So from there, I can start. I'm the Agile coach and certified Scrum Master, as well as certified ITL and the Six Sigma Black Belt certified quality analyst. Uh, Before starting the Agile concept, I would like to rephrase few things. First part is what is the overview of Scrum. So Scrum is a firstly we need to define what is a like Scrum is a project management methodology which is required to create a new product services as a result project vision statements. So its factors, it aspects many factors like time, cost, scope, quality, resource, and organizational capabilities in each scrum this is the agile practice, and we need to also think that this is very much beneficial in terms of achieving the common goals. Firstly, I will explain few of the benefits, few of the introduction of the some of the terminology, and which will be for extended for covering few important concepts. So what is the Scrum? This is the most popular framework. It is adaptive, iterative, flex and flexible, effective framework to deliver value projects in the time. Also the quality deliveries are the key for such methodologies. If we will start from the history, Scrum is incepted in 1980. It's developed by Hirotaka Takeuchi and Ikijiro Nonka. It is the actually innovative approach for product development, and they called is holistically rugby approach. It's a very much flexible and customer centric approach. Earlier, it's started from manufacturing, and then it's covered and well adapted in the many other industries, including the IT. So next one is this is the slide which is covering what is the Scrum versus the traditional project management. The first part is Scrum is basically focusing on the pupil, and traditional project management is focusing on the process. Documentation is very minimum at the Scrum, and in traditional project management, it's very comprehensive. Process style, if I would say, uh, this is very much iterative, dividing in the chunks. However, what is the waterfall is there? It's the linear. There is some upfront planning is very much low in the Scrum and very much high at the waterfall model. Requirement prioritization is basically based on the business value and regularly updated, and its business priority is very much defined and fixed in the traditional project management. Quality assurance is very much agile process is very customer centric, and if you will say about the traditional project management, it's very much process centric. If it is organization wise, we can say this is the self-organized process, and wherever the traditional project management is the managed management style in the Scrum is decentralized, There is a servant uh, leadership is used, and here it is centralized. Change is, we have the prioritized backlogs for the change management. Here the formal change management process is utilized. In terms of leadership, we have used the collaborative or servant leadership in Agile. However, command and control is used for traditional project management. Performance measurement is the having the business value, what we are driving here, the plan conformity. Here, return on investment is as early possible here at the end of the project. However, it depends on the contract which is we have signed with the customers. Customer involvement is very high inside the scrum, and here varies on the depending on the situations and the defined in the milestones. Covering to the benefits of scrum, if we could say agile process is very much adaptive. There will be iterative development is used. You need to divide in each 15 to 20 days one chunk of the development. Ideally the team size should be between 7 to 10, and ideal duration is 1 week to 3 weeks. And this is what is adaptability is in concerns. Then second part is transparency. In agile process, we are making our scrum boards, we are defining the scope, and whenever some changes are there, it should be displayed with the team. There will be a burn down chart, which is usually showcasing to everyone on the daily basis to have actual visibility where we are now. In the burn down chart, we can say that in each day how much percentage of the task or the sprint scope is completed, and the Scrum boards should display what are the scope stories and whatever their progress is, overall progress is there. Coming to the continuous feedback, whenever each sprint is completed, we are having the daily stand-ups. So firstly, whenever the sprint scope is fixed, we have the daily stand-up to track the deliveries, what's the actual process, and when we are completing this, we are also arranging the demos with the customers to get the true feedbacks. Next, continuous improvement. We are always doing suppose in a one sprint we have done few of the development, but during the demo it's identified there is some gap, so that particular backlog would be matured enough in the next sprint back, and it can be prioritized accordingly, so that it's very fruitful. Coming to the continuous delivery, we are always shipping the deliver whenever the customer is required, and each iterative process is to ship the deliverables as frequently as the customers require. There will be a sustainable pace because each day we are tracking the deliveries. Each 15 days we are making a plan. We are regularly checking how is the pace. Then in this way we are very much focusing how we are driving. We are having the early deliveries, if you would say, in the agile, and it's having the highest value because the requirement is prioritized, and high prioritized requirements are picked early. There will be high trust environment that each sprint process, daily sprint process, retrospective processes promotes transparency and collaboration. Each day we are asking what you have done yesterday, what you have will do today, and if there is bottleneck. And there is also each sprint, after each sprint we are having the retrospective, which will really help the professionals to have the exact progress. So now what we can cover, we will cover what is the important Scrum principles, Scrum processes, and Scrum aspects, and these are the key knowledge area to understand all the agile concept. Uh, This is the Scrum aspects, which is first is organization, where you work, how are the stakeholders, how the changes are there, which type of domain you work, because this is also the impact our processes. The second is the business justification. really are we getting the return on the investment? Is it really fruitful if we are not getting investment? Which type of return we are receiving in terms of skill, in terms of money? There will be the quality, which is how the quality is there for overall product or the project's delivery. There, what is the change management? How the change is there? How the processes are around it? How we are managing those? What are the risks are there for these agile processes or projects? So how we can identify and mitigate those risks. So these all will cover the Scrum aspects. There is Scrum phases. In Scrum phases, we will say there will be how to initiate the processes. In initiation, we are having project vision statement we need to create. We are having the Scrum's master and identifying the teams, form the Scrum team, develop the epic, create the prioritized backlog, and conduct the release planning. This is the initiation of the project. How the planning will be done, it is how to create the stories, the estimation of the stories, commit stories, identify the task, estimate the task, and the create the sprint backlog. So usually when we are creating the sprint backlog, we are firstly creating those stories, we are prioritizing with the product owner, and then we are estimating how much tentative time is there, and according to that, we are usually identifying and defining the scopes. Implementation, create deliverables, conduct daily stand-ups. Then after the feedback, we are maturing the backlogs, and the demonstration is done with the customers. And post that, we are having the retrospective meetings where we can identify that how the things are done. Then lastly, release is there where the ship the deliverables and retrospect the project. So like this, we are having this one, and in this way we can cover out the things. Coming to next slide, we are in a scrum. There will be three members, right? One is the scrum core team. In the scrum core team, there is a product owner who is driving and sitting at the client location and initiation of the requirement, gathering the requirement, and creating the stories, epics, and prioritizing with the Scrum Masters. Scrum Master is overall managing the deliveries. He is the key person who is tracking and monitoring each team members and facilitating each team member for the completion of the stories. Then Scrum team, which consists of development or testing team, and so all these persons covers the team of Scrum. Coming to the product owner is who understands the Scrum framework. He's aligning with the stakeholders' concerns and business justification. He is also monitoring quality change and risk associated with the Scrum project. Scrum Master is a role for who is overseeing the Scrum framework to Scrum project, and he is overall managing the project and taking the Scrums, understanding which team members are busy, which team members are free, and working with them. Then Scrum team members who is understanding the Scrum processes, associated tools, and then create the products. There is a scrum flow which start from the as soon as the marketing team has got the project, they are signing the SOW, scope of work, with the customers, and then one contract is signed which is having all the scope item, which is based on this project business case document is prepared by the product owner. Based on that, the project vision statement is the combined strategy uh, between the product owner, account managers, and the scrum masters, and they are creating the product vision statement. Then after that, they are prioritizing the requirements, and the sprint processes, sprint backlog is created. Then sprint daily stand up and deliveries are happened, and then accepted deliveries is there, and also the release planning is done based on this the prioritized backlog. There is a scrum aspect which we covered earlier, which is organization, justification, quality change, and risk. Uh, then What is the role summary? Firstly, this is the customer who is giving the requirement to product owner. Product owner is translating this requirement to the in terms of epic stories and defining backlog, and then Scrum team is developing those. Scrum master is also properly working in this environment and facilitating these things. Uh, this is the industry like. We are having managing all the programs and project work to be done. A portfolio is we will start from project. Each project is having multiple scrum teams, and these scrum teams are having a different projects, and they are doing the scrums and managing this. And then scrum of scrum is done by the program manager who take these project or delivery managers scrum and managing this product program backlog. And then the portfolio manager is also working with working with all the program managers to check what are the tasks are done, which deliveries are done or not. So like this we are having this structure, and in this way this process is managed. So whenever the any project is having business justification, this is something like that each project owner or product owner and the scrum master should decide which are the most valuable story in terms of investment or return on investment. Those should be picked first, and these are the key areas so that there will be proper business justifications for picking and the backlog or the stories.